Somebody big just died. Jerry West, the NBA icon and Hall of Famer, is dead at 86 years old. And here to help eulogize him is the one and only Mike North. Mike, how are you, my friend?
Well, I'm telling you, I mean, they're dropping like flies. Say hello, everybody, to Joe Mandel. How is he? Yeah, I have to make sure. Yeah, I got it down, baby. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's been an honor to eulogize some of the all-time greats, whether it's Butkus, Lou Gossett Jr., Toby Keith. It doesn't matter. If the people that are going, and we had 3 NBA guys now gone, Chet Walker and Bill Walton over the last couple of weeks.
Just doesn't stop.
But this one here, they say they die in threes. Yeah, with 3 in the same profession.
Yeah.
And three really, really great Hall of Fame players. But Jerry West, quite frankly, was the cherry on the sundae. And we'll get to him in just a minute.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we take care of our sponsors, because I want to congratulate not only Joe and the Bar Room and Aldo Gandia, but today's our 51st show, that we have done. And this is the weird thing. We've been around for a year. So it's almost been, I know we've had some months where 4 or 5 people died. And I'm not saying that, we want the business, but my God, it's almost once a week. And we have one in the can. We have Jimmy Carter. We have Jimmy Carter that Aldo and I did literally a year ago. He's still alive. They got him on roller skates. They're leading him on a parade through Athens. It's unbelievable.
He's more machine than man, Mike.
Oh, my God. Rosalind got sick for a couple of days. They must have put the pillow
3 days.
over it.
3 days she was done.
3 days. He's been around 365 days. I don't know about him being the best or the worst or this or that as far as a president, but longevity matters. And he's
certainly
been
got the will to live.
My God, you want the will to live? That's my man. Anyway, without Cumberland Chapels, we wouldn't be doing our 51st show.
That's
8300 West Lawrence Avenue. Family owned and operated. The Lupos are tremendous people. The Martinos. Are you kidding? Serving families with dignity, grace. Also ushering in, some people have never had to arrange something like this before. They carry you through. They make it easy. They don't take advantage. If you have questions, they're accommodating. You don't build a dynamic place like this. The place looks like the White House.
It does, really.
Well, it even looks more than the White House. There's an American flag in front of it.
And there's more parking.
The White House. That's right. That's right. There's more parking. It's across the street. You got them on the sides. There's side streets. I mean, I never have trouble parking when I go there, when I've been there. So I want to thank them very, very much for an idea that I had that was a little bit different. And it's been just a satisfying thing. And then the guy that kicked it all off, and he's a little under the weather right now, but I want to say I love you, brother. Tino Antonacci and Tony, his son, who owns Pennyville Station. Been there 4 or 5 times in the last, 6 months. Had the time of my life. Great people there. Park Ridge. There's outdoor dining. Tino's the one that also helped me get the Lupos and the Martinos in the fold. He's been a loyal friend, and we've done a lot of business together from his first place, Pasta. There's Tony. I know Tony since he was like 10, 11 years old. Now he's one of the big restaurant guys in the Chicago area and Park Ridge. And then Tino is the ambassador of restaurants. So we thank you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
1 shows. We appreciate it. And Aldo started, and then we got Joe now. And it's just been a wonderful experience. And
love working with you, Mike.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Anyway, listen to this, pal. He was born May 28th, 1938, in Chelan, West Virginia. That's right. Look at him. Stud.
His whole life.
Look at him. Stud. Yeah, you think he got any action? Are you kidding me? the guy was not only in West Virginia, he loses in the championship game his senior year, right? Look at the kid going, I think we're going to make some dough here.
I think
And
so.
his championship year, they lose the championship in the NCAA. He wins most valuable player on the losing team. That's how great he was.
Wow.
He died at age 86. Anytime there was a national telecast back in 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, I'd turn it on. And it was usually the Lakers. When
Sure.
Will Chamberlain was with the Lakers, it was 68, 69, 70 against the Celtics. When Will Chamberlain was with the 76ers, okay, it was before that, you know, and he'd always play against Bill Russell. Well, Jerry West could not beat Bill Russell and the Celtics. They were the better team. He lost 3 game 7s, okay?
Oh, boy.
But what I would say is I heard something tonight getting ready to watch the basketball game. They said Luka Doncic may not play really good defense and may be out of shape. And there's the logo. There's the logo. That's the picture they made the logo of. But where would they be without Jerry West, who played both ends of the court? Where would the Lakers have been? Then they pick up, because Jerry kept getting frustrated, they picked up Will Chamberlain, and voila, they win in 1972. And, you know, I hear him talk about, you know, Stan Van Gundy talk about Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Believe me when I tell you this, folks, maybe the best backcourt tandem of all time, and my buddy Carmen DeFalco brought it up today, was on the Lakers, which was Goodrich and Jerry West. Gail Goodrich and Jerry West. Now, that being said, I said today on the Odds Couple podcast up right now,
check it out.
It was Jordan and any other guy. Okay? It was Jordan and any other guy. But Jordan, Dr. J, and others, the heartfelt respect that they had for Jerry West, I didn't know. I knew he was an icon. He was on the coast. I knew he was great. I watched him hit 4 or 5 clutch shots. When you're called Mr. Clutch, seriously, if that's your nickname,
yeah,
come on. You don't have to ask what he's known for. The guy just knew how to play the game, worked his ass off. He played, the losses ate him up. He said that he was never the same, okay, losing to the Celtics all those games. And they finally got it right. But outside of Jordan, he's the most competitive, probably, basketball player I ever saw. Okay? And I've seen a lot of them. I've seen them all. His left-hand dribble was just okay, but he got away with it. And there's Pat Riley. Jerry West is the most successful person in pro sports history in this country. Okay? A Southern guy, or whatever you want to call him, a redneck from West Virginia, who was not a really, as you want to use that term, a redneck. He wasn't. He had ultimate respect for everybody. He was considered by Dr. J and Shaq and all the other guys. And even Jordan said, you know, I always wonder what it would be to want to play against him. And then as I got to know him, I said, what would it be like to play with him? Well, you wouldn't have lost. I mean,
probably
that's just
not.
the way it is. You had 2 of the most clutch guys that you could have. Now, he died at 86. Here's what I don't like that's going on lately. Growing up, people would die, and you'd read about them in the paper. Or you read about them in Saturday Evening Post or Life magazine. These are magazines, folks. That's all we had back then. But they'd tell you the cause of death. And they don't do that anymore.
No, they don't.
And, I mean, when a movie star, Clark Gable, died today of a heart attack, or so-and-so, Errol Flynn died today of heart failure and chronic alcoholism. You know, they used to tell you what these people died for. I don't know. Why is that not the case anymore? I know families want privacy, but he was a public figure. And did he live with cancer? Did he die in his sleep? I mean, to me, that's our business. When
Especially
you tell me, Mike, it's none of your business, I'm sorry. Our business is dying. Our business is death. And
I think it'll come out.
I read today, I'm reading about movie stars. Gene Harlow died of pneumonia, So it's not the most important thing. I was just wondering when that started to happen. Went to East Bank High School, College, West Virginia. Was drafted in how about this for a first-round pick, second overall pick? His position was point guard. He wore the famous number 44. Now, there's other 44s that I can make you familiar with. Pete Maravich at times wore 44.
Right.
Hank Aaron wore 44. Reggie Jackson wore 44. And Jerry West wore 44. It's literally my favorite number of all time. I wore 44 when I played ball, whether it was basketball, football, baseball. We had uniforms, softball, and we had numbers. I always wore 44. Guy came from nothing. Listen to this. NBA champ, 1972. NBA Finals MVP, 1969. 14-time NBA All-Star. 10-time All-Team, first team NBA All-Star. 2-time NBA All-Star. Now, don't forget, you had guys like Oscar Robertson, Walt Frazier, Jerry Sloan, Rick Barry. You had guys that were, and by the way, a handsome-looking champ, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's all right.
You think the guys in L.A.? Look at Chamberlain going, we're going to party tonight. Anyway, NBA anniversary team, 35th, 50th, 75th. Listen to this. 8-time NBA champion as an executive. 2-time NBA executive of the year. Scored 25,000 points, 27 points a game. Averaged 6 rebounds a game. Averaged 7 assists a game. Floor game.
Unbelievable.
Didn't do anything fancy. Didn't do the behind the back. You never see.
Just played hard, Mike.
Right. Played hard. Was outstanding. Member of the Hall of Fame. Won a gold medal in the Olympics. I mean, you want to talk about fullness. And I guess, like I said, he was revered in L.A. like we revere guys like Walter Payton. That's how he was revered. And in the NBA, he's revered higher than anybody in the league.
He's the logo.
Well, that's what I want to get to. It was great to see Jordan and Ewing and Irving and some of these guys come out and say he'll forever be the logo. Because about 15 years ago, guess what? There was something underfoot to get rid of the logo of him.
Oh, sure.
For guess who? Michael Jordan.
Yep.
And that got quelled immediately. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, and I'll be straight up. I think 10, 15 years from now, there'll be some young whippersnappers wanting to put somebody else on the logo.
Sure. They will. And they've been talking about it for 20 years already, Mike.
Right. Let's not pretend this didn't happen. And that, he's the... Well, all I know is the hierarchy of the league, as far as players go, the big boys, are saying that ain't ever going to happen. So they're not going to live forever.
Oh, let me tell you this, Mike. I'm telling a bunch of family and friends and that I'm doing this show tonight about Jerry West. I go, hey, he's the NBA logo. They're like, no, the logo's Jordan. I said, you're nuts. It's Jerry West.
Here's the thing that's amazing, though. The two most famous logos in all sports are basketball logos.
The Jordan logo and the NBA logo.
The NBA logo. That's why. And they do sneak Jordan. You watch the alternative uniforms and basketball sometimes, or you watch the baseball with the camouflage. Sometimes you'll see Nike sneak in a Jordan, jump logo, and that's fine. But the NBA is never going to change their logo. And yes, his greatest clutch moment was trading Vladdy to Charlotte. No doubt, John, to get Kobe Bryant. No doubt about it. That was a coup. That was as good a coup. Well, really, Red Auerbach getting Bird was a bigger coup because he got him out his junior year. But they were both great. That's what made those two teams. Those teams, and now you got Boston on the verge of winning again, which is unbelievable. And there's still guys like Bob Cousy going. Absolutely tonight. Now, Lakers from 60 to 74. He was the leader. There's no doubt. And there's a great story how many teams in the league have ever won 33 games in a row? Nobody except the
Jerry
Los
West.
Angeles Lakers. And what's odd about that is they were poised after they got Will Chamberlain to win the championship the next year. And Elgin Baylor got hurt. Okay. There's Kobe with his guy. Tell me that's affection. And that's his lovely bride. And there he is with a bad shirt. That's a California. You get arrested if you wear a shirt like that now.
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, it is a brutal shirt.
That was a brutal shirt, Jerry. I would have advised them. Take it easy over there. But they had won 33 games in a row that year. But before that season, Elgin Baylor got hurt and he couldn't go. And Jerry West was the kind of teammate that went over to his house. He goes, "You're going to make it. You're going to make it." He goes, "I'm not going to be able to play this year." And they actually cried because West knew he was this close. He goes, "But we're going to beat him this year. You got to try." He goes, "Jerry, I can't go." They pick up a guy. And Aldo's absolutely right. It's good to see you again, my friend. His autobiography, West by West, My Charmed, Tormented Life, is great. He's honest, straight up. And that's it. But, so they get a guy named Happy Hairston, okay? They put him in the Baylor spot. They win 33 in a row and win it anyway. And that's one of the injustices I think that Jerry felt bad about, that his friend Elgin Baylor was not always there. And we welcome everybody, including the pod father of all.
Of course.
Mr. Aldo Gandia. And the twilight years, well, here, I'll give you another way that he was famous. He coached the Lakers, and he wasn't a bad coach, but he knew that Pat Riley eventually was a better coach.
Well, sure.
And he kicked himself upstairs. He literally fired himself, but he gave himself the big chair because that was worked out, and it worked out perfectly. They always got along. That show that they did, that I'm sorry they canceled.
Winning Time?
Yeah, we should have probably gotten a cut of one of those because the guy that played Jerry West was terrible.
Oh, Jerry West hated his portrayal in that.
Well, it was supposed. Well, they had him as a complete goof, and he wasn't. And I guess the NBA took great offense to that. And I don't know how much pressure they put on, but that show was being well watched. And all of a sudden, after 2 years, bye.
Got the kibosh, yeah.
I got the kibosh out of nowhere. John C. Riley and the boys said, "Where's the show shot? Los Angeles." Where's Jerry West? From Los Angeles. Where did he belong to? The Riviera Country Club, couple of the high-powered country clubs with movie moguls and everything else. Then he's portrayed badly, doesn't say anything about it. There he is. They also criticize, I like John C. Riley. He's a Chicago South Side boy. Learned his craft at Marquette Park in the Chicago Park District Acting School. But I heard also that the people that knew Jerry Buss, the guy was an accomplished businessman. They had him as a buffoon and as drinking all the time. And they said you could have never have run that team the way he did and been that way. But everybody in unison says that they got Jerry West wrong. And you always wonder why, because he was very quiet, very stylish. So somebody got some bad information out of him. Went to the Memphis Grizzlies and built a club. Now, this is beautiful here. I love these films. How you doing, everybody? Before the three-point line, where you had pattern basketball, good rough play, decent defense, boom. And here's another thing about Jerry West, folks, if you know the game of basketball. Before Jerry West, most of the basketball players shot what you would call a set shot. They didn't shoot a jump shot. He was basically the first guy that came in. I know it was Hank Luisetti was a guy that first shot the jump shot, but the guy that made the jump shot lethal the first time was the great Jerry West. He also, boy, Joe, you know I did my homework, but I remembered a lot of this too.
Oh, yeah.
He also drafted James Worthy, which was huge for the Los Angeles Lakers. He was hardly ever hurt. He was Mr. Dependable. So unbelievable. Then the Memphis Grizzlies. He was with them. Then he builds the Golden State Warriors from 2011 to 2017. Okay?
That's something, isn't it?
Then they go, listen, the Clippers bring them over. They're a much better organization now than they were before. And not because of Steve Ballmer, because they put some sort of system in place that Jerry West, who was a consultant, helped them with. So to me, and the fact that for a playoff series, Mike, when are you going to stop? I can go all night long like Lionel Rich.
He's a big fan, guys.
That's right.
Let Mike talk.
Let me talk. The eulogy. For one series in the playoffs, I forget what year, forgive me, he averaged 40 points. 40. And just a great player. Our condolences, of course, go out to his lovely family. His legacy is iced forever. West married his college sweetheart, Martha Jane Kane, in April 1960 in Morgantown. They divorced in 76. They had 3 sons. Okay. He married his second wife, Christine, in 1978. They had 2 sons. He was an introvert. He was a nervous guy. He didn't like a lot of attention. He was known for his extreme mental toughness, but he was also known as the greatest. It says here, West was portrayed in 2022 on the show Winning Time as a temperamental, foul-mouthed executive prone to angry outbursts and mood swings. On April 19th, West demanded retraction from the network within 2 weeks for the cruel and deliberately false depiction and played by actor Jason Clarke. Well, they don't say what happened, but here's what I'll tell you. Once again, they were canceled.
Yeah, they got.
I'm giving you 2 weeks to apologize, or what? They probably said, or what?
Or you're off the air.
You're off the air, and it was a great show. How many movie moguls you think he knew? How many people in Los Angeles? He was wired into everybody.
LA, pretty much his whole career.
It was his hometown. He's the king of the NBA. So I just want to say, I know we could talk for another half an hour.
The best.
The great Jerry West, because he was the best. And to hear from Michael Jordan, to take the time out, and Dr. J, who said that he would take West over Jordan. That's his opinion. Okay. He also said Caitlin Clark doesn't deserve to make the WNBA. So I'm just going to use his judgment. Yeah. You're keeping Jordan off the team and Caitlin Clark off the team. Other than that, you know the game, doctor. You know what I'm saying? He died June 12th, 2024. So I just want to say on behalf of Joe, and Joe, I know that you once again you'll visit this someday 30 years down the line. When some of your favorites, some of your favorite guys go. Who's one of your favorite guys? Who's one of your favorite athletes?
I was a little kid growing up watching Jordan, so he's that guy. He's that guy.
Everybody will feel that one. Now let's not even go there. Let's wait about 30. Well,
I just killed him, Mike. I'm sorry. I hope
not. You didn't kill. No, you didn't kill him. Listen, everybody, we appreciate Cumberland Chapels. We appreciate, of course, Pennyville Station, Tino Antonacci, the Lupos, the Martinos. We appreciate Aldo Gandia in the bar room. I told Aldo about this idea. I want to do something. He says, what cockamamie idea do you have now? I go, something about people dying, something different. Somebody big just died. And we immediately got 2 quick sponsors. Aldo did a great job. And then Aldo had, because of busy and crazy with the bar room.
Oh, yeah.
The load got a little heavy. He wasn't feeling well for a while, and he's back 100%, thank God. And then we got you, Joe. Yeah, we got you. And then, once again, we got everybody out there. I can't believe how fast we made it to 50 shows last week. Yeah, 51. So on behalf of Joe, on behalf of me, condolences to everybody. We thank you very, very much for tuning in. See you, Jerry West. Rest in peace.